Darnell's asleep in the back, and you just kind of come up and you go, oh, man, I feel kind of good, it's kind of nice, and so it's so funny. So I waited till Sunday, but our Sunday staff meeting, because Woody had taken a picture. It was classic because he showed it to me after the meeting. We just laughed, and I said, oh, I'm saving that for Sunday if this game will go the way we need it to go, and. So the whole room, Woody's got a picture of the whole room. Everybody's doing all this and that. And then there's Venables. He's just still drawing plays. He's in the back of the room. He ain't paying attention. He's just sitting there. He's still drawing stuff. And I'm like, I was like, this is when I knew. This was the moment I knew right here. Brent ain't got no time for headspace, but he's got no space left in there. Yeah, it's one of those things the whole team's been doing, and us coaches too. I participate every Thursday, so I have no idea. It'll be interesting. We'll have another session this week. So I don't know. It's some kind of app, but basically you're just basically chilling out, and it's teaching you how to relax a little bit. I don't even remember who you were telling me was doing that. Amari. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's good. It's good. Oh, the world we live in.
Y'all are really good at avoiding tackles for loss. What are the factors that go into that beyond the obvious, like blocking and?
Well, communication. I mean, I think we had 6 yards, negative yards. I mean, that's a real prideful area for us. And I challenge them on that. I mean, I cannot stand negative plays, and you're gonna have some zeros every now and then. I mean, you have ones, and I mean, it's not always gonna be perfect. But I can't stand negative plays. And more importantly, when we don't give ourselves a chance to be successful. And we had 6 yards. We had the screen, and they had the right call, and it was well played, and we had a negative play there. And then DK on his first snap just kind of ran in quicksand there. But trying to kind of get him a little game reps on a package that we've been working. But other than that, we did a really good job against a good front. But the biggest thing is communication and targeting. I mean, everybody's got to be on the same page. And so if we're all wrong, we're all right. But it's not good when you're not on the same page. And so and then the quarterback being really schooled up on where the unblocked guy is, and avoiding those type of things and knowing where to go with the ball. So it's just preparation. I mean, it goes to your preparation and again, your communication and IDing things properly and making sure everybody understands that. And then recognition, which comes from film study, and knowing, what the play is and what our objective is and what's the things that really create problems. The recognition of the stunts and twists and the pressures, coverage, alignments, all these tips and things that you get through film study and through prep each week. That's how you avoid tackles for loss. And then you got to have good players. You got to have pride in getting your job done. So, it's really nothing more than that. But if you're not on the same page, then you're going to have a bunch of tackles for loss.
Over the last 3 games as Trevor starts, what areas have you seen him improve in the most, and it stands out most to you?
Just the recognition, first of all, and running the football, appropriately. The decision making, and we've challenged him in that. As I told y'all earlier, back in the spring, that was the one thing I went, whoa, this guy can run. But it was a little more him fighting for his life. And so, because he wasn't as in command of everything. And so, and then here comes Cleveland, next thing, and he's like, okay, I better go. And then he's running away from him. So I was pretty impressed with that part of his game this spring. And now he's very confident. He's very much in command of what's going on. And early on, he's staying in the pocket too long. They're playing coverage, they're dropping 8, they're playing 2-man, and I mean, he's got run lanes, but he's so confident in his arm and his guys, and he's sitting there, waiting to make the perfect throw on tight coverage and a lot of coverage, as opposed to it's 2nd and 7, and let's go make it 3rd and 2. or 3rd and 1. And so just being a little more opportunistic in when he needs to run the ball, not on called runs, but when he needs to run the ball in the passing game. And so he's really come a long way from there. But just his total command of our protections and his recognition. I mean, this kid has seen a lot, man. I mean, just to survive on our practice field is a challenge. All right, that's a real challenge because our offense gets. I mean, they face, you name it, we see it. Every front that you can think of, every coverage that you can think of, we see it on our practice field. And then the fact that he's played 8 games, you know, he's just in a different place mentally. You know, he's very comfortable with the recognition part. And that's, you know, he's been changing protections and resetting things, and then just the game within the game, manipulating the snap count, creating movement in the defense, you know, so we can get some tips and then he can process things a little quicker. He's done great. I mean, this kid's a freshman, and he's playing, you know, like a veteran player out there. And he is a veteran now. He's not a freshman anymore. He's played 8 games. So just his confidence, his demeanor, I think his leadership. You know, with, hey, he's the guy, and he's asserted himself that way. So it's been good. He's grown in a lot of ways.
Coach, you've had 3 straight blowouts. How difficult is it managing the risk versus reward, knowing when Trevor's played enough and when it's time to get Chase in there?
You know, that's just kind of a gut feeling, game by game. But you know, you can't play scared. I mean, listen, I quit worrying about that a long time ago. I mean, I'm not going. I mean, I just kind of know when I need to get a guy out. How much time have we played? And he didn't play much in the second half. I think maybe that second touchdown to Amari, and that was it. And then I got to get Chase plenty of time. I got to get him, and he's played. How about Chase? I mean, this kid has, every time he goes in there, we just go right down the field. And he's the same way. He processes it. He sees it. He knows where to go with the ball. Now he's had another, you know, he's a redshirt freshman. He's had a little more time, but he's just got to get a little more confident running the ball. It's like he's because he can run, but he should have scored on the option the other day. But he just same thing. It kind of looked like that first play of the Syracuse game. Then when he stumbled and bumbled out there, but he's done awesome. So you know, just trying to get him plenty of opportunities so we can be prepared, you know, to get him in there to play. But I think the biggest thing is there's things we need to work on, and we've got certain objectives. And you know, you get in a situation like last week, probably not going to run him very much. So you know, we'll protect him from that standpoint, but we still need him to have to make decisions and kind of operate. And just kind of be in the flow of the game a little bit more. But, you know, it's been good. He's in a good place.
Yeah, but you guys are tied for number 1 in scoring defense. Just what is it about every year? It seems like Brent puts together a defense that is right there near the top.
Well, we got great coaches and great players that are committed. And that's really the bottom line. It's a good combination. When you have great coaches, and Brent is awesome. I mean, he just does such a wonderful job. And then, you know, you throw in Todd and Ski and Mickey and Mike and all of our support guys that support them. I mean, we've got a great staff that do a good job of giving our guys a chance to be successful. But the rest, it's all about the players. I mean, we got good players that believe in what we do and are super committed and prepare the right way. And that's why we've been so consistent.
You've been in coaching a long time. Has there been a shift in, like, when you put backups in? Like, it seems like 20 years ago you put the backups in and you're just handing it off and milking the clock and all that. Going from that thought process, maybe in your mind, to when we put the backups in, we need to be able to run everything and it makes us better.
Yeah, I think so. You know, it was just the game was so different back then. I mean, we were kind of in a milk the clock mode the whole game. You know, you didn't. And then, but as the game changed, you are who you are. So when you put the backups in, you can't all of a sudden be something that you're not. That's not what they've practiced. So I think that's the biggest difference. Back when I played and the game was over, so to speak, you put the backups in, well, you just still ran the eye and ran the toss and ran the clock, and maybe you didn't call that one play action, you just ran it one more time and punted. So nowadays you have to run your offense. Now you can hand it off. That's what we did up at Wake. We just handed it off, but guys are still wanting to go play. They're excited to play, and then from our standpoint, like with Chase, we need him to have to. Like that third down throw he made to DK on the outcut from opposite hash to the far hash. Man, what a play! And that was a play designed to go into the boundary, and just his recognition. He found a soft corner and the confidence to pull the trigger and rip it out there on time. That's just what we do, and he needs that. He needs to be able to play. We try to just run our offense. We're not going to run a double pass or anything like that, but we, I think coaches understand when you're playing within your scheme and when you're trying to embarrass somebody. I think there's a difference there.
At this point in the season, you've got 8 games of film on your opponents. They've got 8 games of film on you. So, especially from an offensive standpoint, you have to kind of take into account, especially now that they've seen this group together, maybe anticipate we've got to give a different look here than we would have to run a certain play. Does it get that intricate in terms of the thought process?
Oh, yeah. Every week you're going to have game plan tweaks,